AITA for telling my husband's friend to stop calling me by his ex-wife's name. I, 32F, have been wrestling with this situation for a while now, and I need some unbiased opinions. My husband, 35M, and I have been married for 2 years, and while things are mostly great, there's one thorn in our otherwise happy life. His best friend, Jake, 36M. Before I get into the meat of it, some context is necessary. My husband was married once before to a woman named Laura. They were together for several years, but the marriage ended about 5 years ago. From what I know, it was an amicable split. My husband and Laura simply grew apart and both moved on with their lives. I've never met Laura, and honestly, I don't know much about her. My husband rarely talks about her, which I appreciate because I don't really need to know the details of his past relationships. What I do know is that Jake was very close to Laura. He's been my husband's best friend since college, and when Laura was in the picture, Jake became a big part of her life too. I get it, they were all a tight-knit group for a long time. When I first met Jake, I was excited to get to know him. My husband always spoke highly of him, and I figured that if he was important to my husband, he would be important to me too. Initially, things were fine. Jake was friendly and welcoming, and we seemed to get along. But then the name thing started. The first time Jake called me Laura, it was at a casual dinner with just the three of us. We were talking about something lighthearted, vacation plans, I think, and he suddenly said, "What do you think, Laura?" I froze for a second, not sure if I'd misheard him. My husband quickly corrected him. "You mean my name?" Jake laughed and said, "Oh, sorry. Force of habit." I brushed it off, thinking, okay, honest mistake. After all, he'd known Laura for years, and I'd only been around for a short time. I decided not to make a big deal out of it. But then it happened again, and again. Each time, Jake would laugh it off with a whoops, or old habits die hard. At first, I tried to be understanding. I'd politely correct him. "It's my name, actually," and move on. But after the third or fourth time, it started to feel intentional. Like he wasn't just slipping up, but was actively refusing to acknowledge me as an individual. My husband assured me it wasn't deliberate. "Jake's just used to Laura," he said. "It doesn't mean anything," but I couldn't shake the feeling that it did. The final straw came a few weeks ago. My husband and I were hosting a small dinner with some friends, including Jake. Everything was going smoothly until Jake started calling me Laura again. Not once, not twice, but 3 times over the course of the evening. The first time, I corrected him calmly. "It's my name, actually." He laughed it off. The second time, I was more firm. "Jake, my name is my name. You gotta stop calling me Laura." He just chuckled and said, Sorry. Force of habit. By the third time, I was fuming. It felt less like an accident and more like a deliberate choice. So I snapped. I said, loud enough for everyone at the table to hear, "My name is my name, not Laura. If you can't respect that, maybe you shouldn't come around anymore." The room went dead silent. Jake looked shocked, my husband looked mortified, and our friends looked like they wanted to disappear into their chairs. After everyone left, my husband and I had a long talk. He told me he understood why I was upset, but felt I shouldn't have called Jake out in front of everyone. "You embarrassed him," he said. "He didn't mean anything by it. You could have pulled him aside and talked to him privately." I told my husband I'd try to handle it privately multiple times, but Jake didn't seem to care. I explained how disrespected I felt, how it seemed like Jake was refusing to acknowledge me as a person. My husband admitted he hadn't thought about it that way, but still thought my reaction was over the top. Meanwhile, Jake is now playing the victim. He's been telling mutual friends that I humiliated him over an innocent mistake and that I'm being overly sensitive. A few people have even reached out to me, saying I should apologize to Jake to keep the peace. But I don't think I'm in the wrong here. I can't help but feel hurt and dismissed by the whole situation. It's not like I have a difficult or uncommon name. And it's not like this happened once or twice. It's been 2 years of constant slip-ups. Every time Jake calls me Laura, it feels like a slap in the face, like he's saying I don't matter as much as she did. And honestly, it's starting to affect how I feel about my husband too. I wish he would stand up for me more. I understand that Jake is his best friend, but shouldn't I come first? Shouldn't he be the one to tell Jake that his behavior is disrespectful and unacceptable? At this point, I'm not sure what to do. Part of me wants to reach out to Jake and try to explain how his actions have made me feel. But another part of me thinks, why should I have to? He's a grown man. He should know better. So, Reddit, AITA for calling Jake out in public? Should I have handled it differently? Or was I right to finally stand up for myself after 2 years of being disrespected?